So, guys, I haven't been on BCA much bidding recently. I've been trying to get stuff privately, but one thing everybody's always been saying in the comments is try some vans, try some vans. And I have been bidding on lots and lots of vans and not won any. But I did recently win this Volkswagen Caddy. I think I won it on Friday from Bristol. It's a Caddy Maxi C20 1.9 TDI, which I'm told is the engine people like rather than the 1.6. And it's done 148,000 miles on a 2009, and I've paid 2.4 for it, including fees. VW stuff is super popular down our way, being the southwest near the beach, and Croyd down the road. Everybody has to have a van with the VW badge on it, and this is the long wheelbase, so it'd actually make a really cool micro camper or something like that. So I haven't been able to win any vans at any decent prices at all. So obviously it does set alarm bells ringing that I've managed to win this one. There was a basic report on it that said, the basic BCA report on it going through the mechanicals, but that doesn't. It means it runs, starts, drives, hasn't got any warning lights on it. That doesn't mean it doesn't have other problems, gearbox problems, clutches problems, and so forth. It said it had some service history as well. It's really going to be a case of suck it and see when it turns up, guys, and see how we've done with it. By the time it gets to me, I think I will be. Oh no, hold on. Was that including fees? Let me just double check to view the invoice a second. No, fees are on top. Sorry, £300 fees on top. 2.7. So by the time I get it down here, I'm going to be into it for nearly £3,000, I'd say, and I think it's probably a £4,000 van, 3,995. If any of you out there do vans and have a better idea of pricing than me, I mean, I hear they're very in short supply at the moment, and they're getting a premium. I don't know, some of you might tell me that it's worth more than that. I'd be interested in your opinion on it. But we're not really going to know where we are till it turns up. It had some minor body stuff on it, nothing major, and it had a fairly long MOT on it. But, we're going to have to see when it turns up, see what the score is with it. But, yeah, I'll take your advice on vans. I don't know anything at all about vans, and also I'm likely probably to go crazy and try and make it immaculate. So I need some advice on those of you that sell vans as to whether I need to go crazy or whether I just need to throw a bucket over it. So all advice is... but it'll be interesting for me because I've not done vans before. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. So I gave you a sneak preview on an earlier video of this one, on yesterday's video or day before's. I've been at it again, guys. I've bought a car sight unseen from another dealer. So the gentleman's name is Mike. He's a subscriber to the channel, and he messaged me and said, James, I've got this Ford Ka in trading. So Mike trades classic cars, doesn't do new stuff. He's up in Wales, and he said to me, I've got this Ford Ka, it's only done 14,700 miles. He says it's a Cat N, and it's a really good little car. He got it in part exchange, gave it to his daughter. She didn't really want to use it, so he had it hanging around, and he saw that I'm keen on these, and he thought I'd like it. So Mike did me a load of videos, very entertaining videos, by the way, Mike. You should get a bit more on your channel. And sent me some videos of the cars, and said to me that he was going to get it MOT'd, and there was a problem with the dash was not working, which is quite common on these. He was going to fix that as well before it came to me. So it's going to come to me MOT'd and with a new dash on it. And he went through, and he said to me about some bodywork issues and so forth. Anyway, so the car arrived on Friday when I was at the end of Friday when I was busy doing the paint job on the Kia Rio, and then I had Saturday off, didn't I? So I've only really had a chance to look at it now. So the thing with it is how is it described? How is it compared to how it was described to me? Well, I have to say, absolutely bang on. Absolutely bang on. And this is where it's all about who you're dealing with, isn't it? This is what we're saying. We've been talking about traders versus private sellers recently. Mike let me know straight away this was a Cat car, no two ways about it. In his video, went through and pointed out minor bodywork blemishes like this thing here, exactly what's on the car. He walked around and showed me the bits and bobs, and it's exactly what I've got. It's exactly what I've got. The car is exactly as he described on it. It's he's put an MOT on it. Advisory free, it came out in the end, advisory free MOT. And the thing with this car, the main draw is that mileage, 14,709 miles on a 2014 1.2 KA, and we know we like the 1.2s. They're pretty robust little units. We don't really tend to have too much of a problem with them other than those ECUs can play up. So I got in today, I took it for a spin, drives absolutely great, no problems at all. Now, I did mention to a couple, so I had a couple visit me whose son watched the channel, and they said if you're looking for a car down that way, you need to go and see James. So big thanks to whoever that was. And I let them know I had this coming in, and they have been ringing me every couple of days to see if it's in. There was unfortunately a slight delay because there was the clock. Mike had a bit of bad luck and got an earlier dash set that basically had the rev off and the speedometer around the wrong way round. But he sorted that out, got it down to me. Now they've come in today. I've sent this over the valeters. The valeters are giving it a quick clean, and they've come in today. They've test driven the car, had a good look round it, and they bought it there and then. Now I told Mike, and again I think this is the only way to do business. I told Mike, I'm pretty sure he's okay with me doing the numbers. Hopefully he is. I told Mike exactly what I was going to sell this car for, 3,495, and I told him exactly what margin I was going to make on it, how much I was going to pay for delivery. In terms of how much money I'm putting into the car, I've just done oil filter, air filter service on it. I've paid sort of 20 quid for the valet on it. I'm going to put a warranty wise on it. It cost me about 80 quid. But yeah, I've discussed all this with Mike, open and up front with him at the beginning. You know, when I gave him a bid on the car, I told him why I was putting that bid in, where I wanted to be margin wise, and you know, so he knew that when he sent it down to me, and I knew exactly what I was getting. And when you do business like this, there's no losers. You know, everybody knows exactly where they are, and it means, again, as we discussed before, you'll probably like to have a long business relationship with people like that. When Mike next tells me he's got a decent car to send down to me, I'm going to know that it's going to be exactly as described, and he knows that I'm not going to be on the channel saying I've had him over and made a fortune out of him. I'm going to be upfront and disclose to him how much I like to make margin wise out of it before I even buy it off him. So hopefully all parties are happy. So big thumbs up for Mike. We'll just pop in and have a quick look. I'll just show you Mike's business because it is pretty interesting. He does some cool classics. So as I said, the dealer that did me this deal on this little KA was Mike from Classic Wheels Wales. Mike's got a business which does, as you see, classic cars, modern classics. I think a lot of his stuff is like 70s, 80s stuff. And the ethos of his business is to recommission them, not restore them. So he basically goes over and gives you good running, driving, usable classics. You don't have to be too precious over. And also hires out the cars to the film industry as well. So yeah, he hasn't got his website live at the moment, but hop over to Twitter, give him a follow there. But yeah, big thumbs up and a thanks to Mike for being so straight down the line. Like I said, the car arrived exactly as he said it was, and it gives you an idea of the way the guy does business. So yeah, hop over to Twitter and give him a follow. And if you're looking for something classic and a bit interesting, then give him a shout up at Classic Wheels Wales. So the Mazda's sold, and it's sold to the nicest chap ever. It's a subscriber, watches the channel, lives in America most of the time, but comes back over to the UK. Wanted a little toy in the garage here. Came down from Gloucester today. We've had the car up on the ramp and done an inspection underneath to check for rust. Really solid underneath. It was the first time I'd got underneath it as well, and I knew it had no advisories for rust on it when we put it through the MOT, but getting underneath it, you know, all the sills fantastic, subframe mounting points all good, bit of surface rust on the subframe, the kind of stuff you'd expect there, but only very light. And the gentleman's going to have it, have someone go over it, wire brush it and wax oil it, a Mazda MX-5 specialist. So we're going to do a service on it, just do a couple of little touches up with some little paints, just some little sort of brush touching stuff, and then it'll be all ready for him. So yeah, we went out for a lovely long test drive on it as well, and him, like myself, he was really impressed with the drive. There's nothing, it's totally faultless on the drive, there's nothing to point out at all. Gets up and goes really well. It's a fantastic car. Obviously, as I said to all you subscribers, I've got it up for 4,495, but I'll sell it for 3,995. I only did it at 4,495 because of the time wasted there on part exchange. So he's had it at 3,995. So everyone's happy, and yeah, great little car. Something very important is happening over at Barham Engines today with Lee. Lee, give us a wave. No. Hello. Carlos is building up my MGB engine. So if you remember, this is for my Sebring. Lee's taken my 1800cc engine. Bored it out to 1950. We've put a Fruitier cam in. I hope we put a Fruitier cam in. You didn't just leave it on the shelf. No, yeah, we've got Fruitier cam in there. Carlos is currently doing my valve clearances. I think there may have been a little bit of flowing on the head, a little bit of cleaning up. Obviously now it's suitable for unleaded as well. So this is all ready to go in the Sebring, even though the Sebring's nowhere near ready to go yet. New water pump, lovely. Got a new clutch to go on it. So we estimate this is probably about 130 horsepower, don't we, Lee? Yeah, a standard MGB one's about 90 horsepower. This has obviously had a capacity increased out to 1950. It's got the cam on it, which I think I read was around about 10 horsepower. So we're thinking we're around about the 130-ish. And there is the question as to whether we supercharge it as well, isn't there? Yeah. We're just going to get hold of a cheap supercharger. But yeah, it's looking ever so lovely. They've painted it all up for me and made it pretty, so it can come and sit on my shelf for another 2 years. No, I do need to get this in the car. Perhaps we should put it in my green MGB for a bit and run it in that, and then stake it again. Is that? Oh, that's my clutch and flywheel there, is it?
There it is, mate. All clean.
All beautiful. Balanced as well. Look at that. All set to go. So yeah, Lee's done me a solid here. Make sure you get on his channel and give him a follow. Barham Engines. If you like, for that then, if you like oily machines doing their thing, you need to get over and check Lee's channel out. I love coming over here, just the smell of the cutting oil is enough for me. And if you do need any engine work done, these are the guys to come and see. Thanks for that, Lee.
No worries, mate.
Thank you, Carlos. And hopefully, guys, we'll soon see this up and running. Or should we do a bench test on it and just get it running? What do you reckon, Carlos?
You can do it.
Bench test it and just start it running. Should be a lot of fun. Hang fire, Lee. What's this? This is a Rover V8, isn't it?
V8, mate.
Oh, MG. That's out of a.
That's a proper
MGC.
MG.
Oh, what are you going to do about a total rebuild?
Total rebuild on that, yeah. It's only done about 30,000 miles from new.
They're worth
But
serious.
as you can see, it's been sitting a while, so
They're worth serious money. Them V8 MGBs now, aren't they?
well worth doing.
So we'll go off camera now because we're going to discuss with Lee how he convinces this customer that I need to have this engine. So our VW Caddy's in. Adrian's done his thing. Brought it down from Bristol for me. Again, not done any vans before. Everybody keeps telling me I should do them. Being so close to the sea, VW vans are super popular. Obviously, this is a good candidate for a micro camper or a small business van run around. Overall, it's in nice nick. Actually, it's not too bad. I mean, got a little bit up here. I'm not expecting this to be as good as a car, obviously, because it's a work van, so it's been used for that. You've got a little bit down there to touch in, but other than that, it's pretty straight. There's a few little dings here and there, but nothing major. Yeah, I mean, down this side we've got a couple of dings down the bottom of the door there, but being white, most of it isn't immediately obvious. So look inside. Oh. Inside seems tidy enough. There's no major wear on anything. It all needs a really good clean. I think there's going to be some G101 on the go around here. Someone's put these natty seat covers on underneath. There's a bit of staining on the seats, but nothing outrageous again. It's going to be a difficult one for me to know how far to go with this, because obviously I'm used to prepping cars. I don't know whether people's sort of opinion of work vehicles is they don't need them to be quite as clean and tidy. But inside has been plyboarded out. It's got some carpet down on the floor there. Again, all fairly tidy. She's done 148,000 miles. People don't seem to mind what the mileages are on these things. I see them being sold with over 200,000 on. And she starts on the button. Oh, I'm used to waiting for my coil to go out, am I? There you go, starts on the button. No warning lights on the dashboard. Just she seems to hum along okay. I took her for a spin around the block a few times. Went for all the gears fine. Clutch was good. All the good things all seems all good, to be fair. Tyres are a bit low on the front end. Could do with some tyres. It's going to need a MOT anyway, I think, if I remember rightly. I'll have to double check what the MOT is on it. But it'll be an interesting one for me to do. Like I say, I haven't done a van before. I hear they're very popular at the moment, and obviously down our way, like I say, the VWs are particularly popular, so it'll be interesting to see how we get on with it. I think I want to paint the wheels to tidy them up a bit. I think I would like to do that, and just give the outside a good buff and polish. Another thing will be good to go. I'll give it a service. I've got service history up to 2017, I think, on this one. It actually is provided. I mean, I imagine it's been serviced. The oil isn't that dirty on it, so I imagine it has had services afterwards, but just not recorded. What I will is I will drive it home tonight, as I like to say, just to double check, getting it fully up to temperature and so forth, going through a bit of a run and just double check it's all okay. But initially we're saying it might be okay, but obviously, as we know from my channel, we should reserve judgment until we've been running it a bit longer. Hey, bit of a result on the Caddy, going through the paperwork. Got an invoice here, 28th of the 4th, 2021. Cam belt kit, water pump, antifreeze, oil filter, air filter. It's all on there. £556 bill, which is pretty cheap to be fair. At 144,000 miles. And 2 keepers from new. So low keepers and just had a cam belt. I think it just went up in price, didn't it, guys? The Rio's out. I've given it a very light buff. I decided to leave the can finish and not sand it down. The colour match is actually okay. It's actually okay. So she's already up for sale now. Hopefully she finds a new home soon. And yeah, I mean, that was, like I say, I could wet sand it and buff it up to a perfect finish, but actually I do need to come back and give it another quick polish there. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it really merits it, to be fair. I think that's perfectly good enough. Right, I think that's it for today's video. I'll come back tomorrow and let you know how the Caddy was on a longer drive. We should finally get back onto the Alpha and start trying to sort out what the score is with that one. I've got to clean the interior out in the Kia tomorrow. I haven't done that yet, and we'll see what the customer has to say about the i10 when I get hold of them on that front. And then we better do some more shopping again, don't we, guys? Again, I think I'm going to go for some private sales, try and do some private sale dealing. Yeah, I'll see what's on BCA. If you want to see some more some bidding on BCA, comment down below. If you want me to go through what's available and what bidding on it, if you're interested in seeing that, comment down below and I'll do that for the next video, because I do need a little bit more stock, because it's a bit of a funny one at the moment, because I've got the landlord for the new unit. He said I could have an early entry to one of the units at the beginning of October, yeah. But I haven't heard anything from him since, so I'm not sure whether I am or not, because I'm getting all the parking spaces straight away, but only half the unit. If I know I've got those parking spaces, and I'm definitely getting over there, I can afford to buy lots more stock, because I've got the 20 parking spaces there, haven't I? But I don't want to go ahead and buy them before I know I've got a space. Anyway, thanks as always for watching, guys. If you aren't subscribed, please do consider it. Hit that button down below. Thanks a lot.